Yeah, greetings to you, people of God. So, I posted on Facebook yesterday about the fact that the 17th of November was the 7th year that I did my wedding, and I promised to come up with a video showing how the journey has been so far. So, like you must have seen, this first set of videos that you're seeing, or pictures rather, the early days of my courtship with my beautiful wife. As you can see here, we were using pictures. This is my wife. She came for a program then in our church, and that was my late father in the Lord. So this was 2016 when one of Christ Apostolic Church leaders died, Prophet Oyelami. And these are some of our pictures that we shared then. The love was very much and high. You can see my wife, and here are some of our pictures that we shared, the damsel and myself. And you can see in this place, we were both in the Lagos State Center Choir. In this place, we went out for a date, enjoying our life at our places of work. So these are some of the pictures we shared together. These were the pictures she was using to blow away my head. So this place was our introduction in 2018, February 17, 2018. So these pictures with pink and ash are the pictures of our introduction. You can see that day miracle transpired. I've shared it before. You can see this was also 7.5 years ago. So this was on the morning of our wedding, 17th of November 2018. This is my wife at the hotel. This was at the engagement venue where we used for the reception. Yeah, this was the engagement ceremony. You can see this was my wife at our hotel on the wedding day. This was when we held the Bible. So this was the engagement ceremony before we now went to church. So this was after. These are the reception pictures, and this was the church wedding picture. You can see these are the reception pictures. You can see people have danced and they are sweat. This was a flyer for the wedding. It was myself and my parents and my wife. And this is my wife at the hotel, beautiful young damsel. So this is the church, and then you can see at the reception taking pictures. After the wedding, days after then, I was ordained a pastor. This was on the wedding day. This was also the church program. This was in the reception. I see we were both sweating after dancing. This was also at the reception. And this next set of pictures is the next day, which was a Sunday. This was my church compound when we went for a wedding, Thanksgiving. Yeah, so this was the clothes we wore then for Thanksgiving. Now after that, this was 2019 when we started the youth program. So still the wedding picture. When we started, these are some of the youth programs we held then under marriage, building lots of glorious marriage. And after then, I wrote, this was the first book I wrote, Am I Really Prepared for Marriage? The book now remains just one copy because there's no money to publish another one. So these are some of the series of programs we held. This was before we got married. You can see these are the pictures she used to play with my mind. That made me fall for her. Apart from the fact that you know, say she's my wife. So these are some of the pictures we used for our wedding celebration. This was when she was in pregnancy of our first child, Jedediah. Went for a wedding in the Highland. You can see this, and this was her son at 1 year of Jedediah. And this is when Jedediah was a baby when I carried him. And then this is the christening of our daughter, Jedediah. So these are some of the flyers of the programs we've held in the past. And the Lord told me to go into marriage ministry under our youth, you know, activities. Then these are some of the programs we've held. This was our wedding program. I was used in church. So these are some of the programs we held. Lord, Love and Relationship. You can see the date, June 23, 2019. This was a picture 2 Sundays after my wedding, after I was ordained. This was when we were dedicating my first son, Jedediah. These are some of the pictures of the programs we held then. And this is when our daughter was born. Jedediah was looking at his sister and he was surprised to see a new baby. This was in my wife's pregnancy. This is my son trying to stare at the wheel. So this was the christening of Jedediah, the former church I pastored. This was the christening of the daughter. So these are our kids having a nice time. Myself carrying both of them. And this was also when my wife, pregnancy, woman really trying. And this is pictures we took in 2021 MSN program. This was my ordination day. The Lagos State leader, Pastor Lassen Day, November 2018, November 23rd, if I'm not mistaken. This was second of the Lord. My wife at a former church where I pastored. So some of the pictures of the programs we held. Marriage related programs, the building blocks of a glorious marriage. These are some of our youth evangelists. Look more now from my headquarters. This is my dad and myself and wife. These are some of our relatives on the christening of our daughter. I was some 23 years ago. This is some preparing to go to school. Myself ministering in this program. This is myself also ministering all marriage related programs. This was when the christening of Jedediah 2020. Some of the flyers of the programs we've held in the past. Know Your Life Partner. This was the institution where I was certified as a relationship and marriage counselor. Picture of my beautiful wife. And these are kids, what concerns children, having a nice time, taking good pictures. And this is my wife a year after our wedding, singing at the Lagos State Youth Fellowship conference. Then these are some of the courses I've taken in the past. I've taught in the past. This was during my elder brother's wedding. This was the christening of our daughter. Christening of our daughter. And with my wife's relative, my in-laws. This was 2 years ago when I celebrated my birthday from our church. This was my sister's wedding. My son. This is the former school I taught before I resigned finally late last year. I was a music teacher and I taught in private schools. This was Lagos State Youth Fellowship Choir Concerts Ignition 2022. Is it 2022 or 2023? I think 2022, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, this is my other brother's wedding with my wife and son. served administration at the National Youth Conference in 2023. This is my wife ministering as a guest in a French church. This is a youth program on marriage some years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Youth came from different churches. This was during my late father and the Lord's 80th birthday. This was one of our youth programs, NSYN. This is my third book I published. God's Complete Agreement for Marriage, certification for my relationship and marriage, certification. I served my wife at a former church. This was the IV of the banner for our wedding. I served an youth in a former church. With my wife, she's a music minister amongst other choirs. Myself and my daughter in a former church. I served my wife at the late father and the Lord's 80th birthday. I was in 2022, 3 years ago. Now it's not in heaven with the Lord. And then this was when my son graduated from nursery 2 as the best graduating pupil in his class. That was very impressive. This is my daughter. She's always everywhere. My mom was in attendance, and my wife. This was in a wedding in July 2025 this year, and these pictures were taken at my sister's wedding last year, October 2024. These are some of the courses I have taught people, online. It's my wife, my son, my elder brother's wedding, and it's on our wedding day reception. This is my elegant, bold daughter. Her style is different, standing like an aged woman. My wife and my kids, myself and my son. So thus far, my son's graduation ceremony. So this is the latest. That's the latest picture my wife took. It's a beautiful lady, and myself, PSO himself, by God's grace. My wife and my kids. Thank God for everything so far. Journey of marriage has not been challenges free, but God has been faithful. We appreciate everyone who have been of help. We have gone through a lot, but we thank God for sustenance. Thank God for sustenance, and we believe and know that the future is bright. So these are what we have for you from how our journey started, and now is the 7th year of our union. We believe that the Lord will uphold us and strengthen us and be with us as we continue in this journey. Your marriage will not fail. You are still single, you marry well. You marry the Lord's chosen partner for you. And for those who are married, your marriage will not fail. The Lord will be with you and your marriage in the name of Jesus. Marriage is lovely, marriage is beautiful. Yeah, there'll be ups and downs, there'll be hiccups, there'll be challenges. But as long as you're sure you're in the will of God for your life, fight for your marriage. Endure. Yeah, endurance is very important. Forgiveness is key. And pay attention and be deliberate to the upbringing of your children. Yes, your children are the report card of your marriage. Yeah, invest in them, love them, play with them, joke with them, play with them, discipline them when need be. So this is a story of a journey, love, of faith, of pain, of tears, yes, challenges, of blessings, of laughter, of imparting others, in their relationship and marriage, and trusting God for the best. Yes, trusting God always for the best. Trusting God always for the best. So this is what we have for you. God bless you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, kindly do it to subscribe. Bye for now.